I think
Yeah,
when I say I love it, I love the idea that like a fire has been lit and it's coming from a young leader in the locker room. Maybe that's what I meant, but the getting out of it all is always fascinating to me. As a team, do you look around, Lou? Like if something gets out, are you guys like somebody in here is a rat? Like how does it
absolutely.
work?
Absolutely. You look at everybody. When you have these meetings, when you have these closed door meetings, usually it's the coaching staff and it's the players, and everybody is kind of getting things off of their chest. And, whether it's somebody that gets on the phone and gossips with their homeboys or their wife or something, and those people are considered sources, and they have the relationships with the shams of the world and they leak information. That's how these things get out. If listen, it's like anywhere else. If you hear some juicy gossip, you want to tell somebody what you heard. You want to let somebody in on an experience, and sometimes that creates leaks within your organization and your locker room when you're having these conversations. And coincidentally, I can give you guys an inside scoop on this thing because
Hmm.
one way or another, I ended up on the phone with a few of the guys from the 76ers, and by all accounts, this was kind of blown out of proportion. The idea of Tyrese calling Joel out, and how it's been portrayed in the media as one of these type of blow up things. From my understanding, they just had a conversation on accountability, just keeping everybody in check. And sometimes you got to have that as a team, just making sure we all on the same page. Hey, bro, we understand you're not going to play in these games, but team meetings and all of that is important for you to be there. It's important for you to be there on time. So, from my understanding, that was the nature of the conversation. That was the context of a conversation. It wasn't as much of Tyrese Maxey challenging Joel Embiid as has been stated. It wasn't a conversation about accountability. By all accounts, those guys are doing just fine. They were sitting next to each other when we were on the phone, laughing and giggling and having a good time and trying to get this team back on the same page. And so that, from what I understand, that was the context of the conversation, not as much of the negative stuff that's trying to come out at this point.